Greetings, beloved elite love lords and lordettes of the divine diamond light. It's time to shine. Christ consciousness shift. Back with another video. Today's session, we're going to talk about, I'm going to address some points about astrology. Yeah. Got inspiration, so I thought, let me talk about some astrology, some points. So, I like to ask some questions and then just answer them. Did you know that there are 13 zodiac signs than the original 12 that Western teach? There are 13 zodiac signs, and the one that is missing is the one that is between Scorpio and Sagittarius. It's called a fucus, and a fucus is kind of located near the galactic center where the black hole is. So when you see it, its color is black actually, next to Scorpio. And the two signs are very close to each other, but Western astrology has cancelled that out and made it 12. 12 carries a masculine vibration to it, and 13 is the divine feminine energy number. So if you know anything about history and stuff, how the masculine energy has done a lot to try and suppress the divine feminine energy over time, that change in astrology is a part of it. There's more, but I'm just going to say that they've changed from the 13 signs to 12 signs. And another point, did you know that Western astrology was not created for personal natal charts? It was created for dividing the year into seasons, because I feel like astrology is very significant, very important, and it can be very powerful once you get to understand and know it on a deeper level. So in order to kind of misguide the people from the more accurate side of astrology, they divided all of the signs up evenly and disregarded the fucus. And naturally, the zodiac signs are different sizes. So in their organic state, they wouldn't set up how we see it in Western astrology, like they're all the same amount of time. Obviously, the larger the star constellation, the more time it would take for the sun to pass through it. So a point that kind of verifies this is that there are 5 royal signs in astrology. And these royal signs are much larger than the other signs in the zodiac. So first one is Taurus, then it's Leo, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. In the organic state, you will see that those 5 zodiac signs, those star constellations, are much larger than Cancer and Libra, Capricorn, and stuff like that. So when you understand these things, you would realize that Western astrology is not really accurate in regards to knowing your natal chart. So once you also, when you realize that the stars constellations are different sizes, and you check on a 13 sign natal chart, you might realize that what your Western astrology says your sign is, or where the sun is placed at, may be different. Now, I'm going to use my situation growing in spirituality. Obviously, when you first come across astrology, you're likely to come across Western astrology much more, because it's more prominent online, and yeah, even in like everywhere you look, in the newspapers, all of that, everything you see is Western astrology. So as soon as you step into astrology, you're going to get the Western one first, and then it requires you to do a little bit of digging, or you might just be inspired or spiritually guided to come across the 13 signs astrology, or also known as sidereal. I, according to Western astrology, I'm a Cancer, and for the longest time I believed I was a Cancer, and I just kind of had it like just focusing on the Cancer energies and trying to relate to it. When I stumbled across sidereal, my understanding of astrology kind of expanded a lot, and then I realized that I wasn't a Cancer. But another question, do you know that there are 3 major energies according to your astrological makeup? So a lot of people, especially like myself, when you first step into the knowledge of the stars and astrology, how they teach is your sun sign is what you are. So if your sun's in Leo, then you're a Leo. If your sun's in Taurus, then you're a Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, and so forth. But there are 3 aspects to your characteristics that are very significant, as much as the sun sign. So yeah, basically you have the sun sign, you also have your moon sign, which is just as prominent. So the sun sign represents your masculine side, and the moon sign represents your feminine side. Some people may have the sun and moon in the same sign. Like, I've come across that a couple times, and that's when you're kind of born at a new moon. At a new moon, the sun and the moon are more or less together. So your sun and your moon sign is going to have the same sign. It's not like that for everyone, but There's a few cases, if you're born near a new moon, your sun and your moon is going to be in the same sign. Then you have your rising sign, which is also just as prominent as as important as your sun and your moon sign, your rising sign. I'm not going to expose too much. I'm trying not to do that much about myself in astrology because I know that's a part of me that I like to keep a little private. So just know there are three major aspects to your characteristics when it comes to your astrological makeup. Okay, so that's the sun sign, check where the sun is, moon sign, check where the moon is, rising sign. Then, to get a little bit deeper, you can take note of the house which your sun and your moon sign is, because the rising sign is always at the ascendant, but the house is very significant. So me thinking that I was a Cancer and me relating to Cancer energies a bit is very significant because in astrology the sun represents not only your masculine side, but it also can represent the father figure or your father, and the moon can represent your mother. And in my 13 signs sidereal chart, the sun is in the 4th house. I'll let that off. And the moon is in the 7th house, which is very significant. I don't want to say too much about myself, but my dad, he's a Cancer, like proper 13 sign sidereal Cancer. So me relating to Cancer energy has to do with the 4th house, but it's not in the star constellation of Cancer, but it's in the Cancer house. And my dad is a Cancer, and my mum has energies related to Libra, but her son is not in Libra. But this is how everything, when it comes to Western, well, the sidereal chart, it's like everything just started to add up. Like, add one more question. Oops. Did you know that every day of the 7-day cycle, which we call week, is associated with a planet? Like when you know different languages, especially French and Spanish, they are blatantly talking about the planets in regards of the days of the week. When it comes to English has kind of altered it to represent other gods and all of that stuff, which is still tied to astrology, but it makes it very harder for you to see. So you've got the Sunday, which is the sun. Then you've got the Monday, which is Moon Day. Then you've got Tuesday, which in French is Mardi, which is Mars Day. And Wednesday is Mercury Day. And what else? Yeah, in French, Wednesday is mercredi, mercredi. Yeah. Thursday is Jupiter Day, and in French is jeudi. Friday is Venus Day, and in French you've got vendredi, Venus, vendredi, Venus Day, and all you really have in English is Sun, Saturn, and Moon, really, because Saturday is Saturn Day, that's obvious. Sunday is Sunday, and Moon Day. Those are the only days of the week that are obvious, but because of the rest of the days, it kind of mixes you up. You can't notice that every day is associated with a planet. That's a lot. This shows you how significant astrology is, and it should be incorporated in our knowledge day to day. Like it should be standard knowledge that each day is associated with a planet, and the planet has its own energies. So the more you can be aligned with that planet of the day and the energies of the day, the more you can be in sync with nature, because it's all nature at the end of the day. It's all God, source, prime creator, universe, whatever you want to call it. It's all a part of the oneness, and the more you're in tune with the natural aspect of it, the more you are connected to it. This is how you know all the little alterations with how we've been taught and what we know and what's been hidden has been a part of the agenda to disconnect us from nature and disconnect us from reality. So we are just not as in tune. And the less in tune you are, the easier you are to be manipulated and altered and changed into just however the person that has the knowledge wants you, because you don't have the knowledge to argue or resist what is being told to you or asked you to be a part of or whatever. You know what I mean? So with that point there, every day from Sunday to Saturday is aligned with a planet. Did you know that every hour is aligned with planets? And I would just add that every first hour of the day is associated with the planet of the day. So the first hour of the day on Sunday is attributed to the sun energy. The first hour of, and it's not really an hour. Sometimes it's like 40 minutes, 50. It kind of varies, but it's roughly around an hour. But yeah, let's just say the first hour of the moon day is attributed to the moon, and so on. Yeah. So a lot of people may find that information useful if you're trying to do like rituals and stuff according to the planetary energies and stuff like that. But yeah, every hour is associated with the planet, and you can utilize this information according to what you are trying to manifest and change or add more of a certain vibration into something, whatever you're putting your energy into. So what else? astrology. I know there's a lot more. Okay, just got something. Ping! Direct from whoever, wherever, spirit guides, source, whatever. But crystals are also associated with planets. So, let's say earth stones. Earth stones are usually associated with the planet Saturn. Sunstones are usually associated with the sun, like pyrites and citrines, and like sacral stones can be associated with Jupiter. Even stones that associate with the pineal gland also can associate with Jupiter as well. Green stones, heart stones, like this beautiful fluorite here, can be associated with Venus. Emeralds as well with Venus, love stones, heart stones. Then you've got the throat chakra stones could be associated with Mercury. So yeah, easy way to figure out what stone may be good for you if you want to get your first stone, get your first crystal. I would say check your zodiac sign, and yeah, if your ruler, because each zodiac sign has its own ruler. Let me go over them. Aries is ruled by Mars. Taurus ruled by Venus. Gemini ruled by Mercury. Cancer ruled by the moon. Leo ruled by the sun. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. And there's another planet that's associated with it. Can't remember what it is, but it's like that's what makes it an earthy kind of sign. Libra is ruled by Venus again. So get your green stones and your heart stones. The Libras out there, but try to get your sidereal 13 signs, because Libra is quite a short sign, you know. There isn't that much days in Libra, like 20 something days. Scorpio's even shorter than that. They're different sizes, you see, and the sun goes through them quite quickly. So a lot of people that think that they're Libra, like my mum keeps arguing that she's Libra, but she has Libra energies. She does, but it's not where the sun is located, and this is what will make people quite stubborn to open up to their 13 signs. It's like you feel strong, that's all you've known, because let's be honest, Western astrology is the first thing you're going to come across whenever you look. Sidereal is still quite occult. It's quite hidden. It's not really in the mainstream. Yeah, it's not really that mainstream. So, but yeah, let me continue. Libra associated with Venus. Scorpio associated with Mars and Pluto. Fucus, not sure what planet is associated with the Fucus, because this information has been hidden, but it's still associated with water, like Scorpio is associated with water, but it's also in the location of the galactic center. Um, but yeah, Sagittarius is associated with Jupiter. Capricorn Capricorn is associated with Saturn. Aquarius is associated with Saturn and Uranus. And Pisces is associated with Jupiter and Neptune. So, yeah, once you've gathered what your sun sign is and what planet, you can get your stone according to that, and then you can go into your moon sign. Then you can get into your rising sign. Sometimes the sun and moon might be in the same place, you just need one stone. You know what I mean? Or if your rising sign is different, get your sun, moon, and rising sign stones just to get you the energies around you that your soul is going to really gravitate towards, and see where it goes, because crystal energies are very they're dealing with that spiritual aspect of the unseen realm, where you can get support and guidance and all of that stuff from things that you can't see, and from places that you can't really necessarily touch. You can touch the stones, but you're opening up to more of the hidden realms, the spiritual Amen realms. You know what I mean? So, which is good, because a lot of us are very much stuck in the material world, and there is a lack of spiritual growth and awareness. And to be honest, spiritual growth is one of our main goals by incarnating on this planet, or just incarnating in general, because we can't necessarily die. But when we do come here, we come here with the purpose to grow on a soul level, and our experiences and our experiences that we have will always be added to our soul knowledge, and each life we have has attributed to what we know on a soul level. So I know a lot of people may just think that all of this spiritual stuff is not really important. You need to just be focusing on what you can see and you can touch and all of that stuff. But that is just a very small aspect of what we're here to do. I'm not saying to disregard the physical realm, no. We're here to enjoy and embrace the physical realm. But the way we've been educated is that that's all there is. And the spiritual realm is much more vast than the physical realm. So there's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of experiences to have once growing in the spiritual realm. So I just thought I'll just add that. Very important to grow spiritually. It's one of our main reasons for incarnating. And enjoy the material realm. Same. I'm not telling people to disregard the material realm. And it's good to get some earth stones around you as you grow in your spiritual realm, because those that may be like Aquarians that get on this spiritual journey may end too spiritual. Like, there is a situation where people can become so spiritual that it's not so spiritual, it's that they haven't connected with the earth very well. So they may seem a little bit crazy or out of touch with reality, even though they're very spiritual, because they haven't grounded the information. Like, we have to kind of ground the higher vibrational, the higher spiritual knowledge into the physical realm while we're here, and utilize it to help us enhance our material experience. So, yeah, I just thought, yeah, I'd add that as well. Grounding stones help you to ground as you grow in spirit. And, yep, astrology is very significant, it's very important. It doesn't, the sidereal aspect of it is still a little bit hidden, so I'm using this video here to give people more insights to look a little bit deeper if you're stuck on Western astrology. Because another good point, thank you, that I nearly forgot to say is that the planet is ascending, and this means things are going to change. As the planet ascends into the higher realms, into the higher dimensions, there will be a change in astrology and how we see it in the planets and all of this stuff. So it's good for you to get a good grasp on the deepness of astrology before things change, because things are changing, and we kind of need to be like, to keep up with what's going on and not get stuck on some of the older paradigms, because the 12 vibration, that masculine controlling, suppressing the divine feminine energy, is kind of on its way out, and it's back onto the 13, the divine feminine energy, which should always be appreciated and respected. It will become very significant and honored again. And then, yeah, more changes are on its way. So I thought, let me just make this video on astrology, just to encourage people to grow in this knowledge, because it's very important, very powerful. And yeah, some of my my zodiac, my astrological makeup may be revealed a little bit, if you can pick up on how I'm yeah, just how my characteristic is in this message. But yep, I feel like I've done this message a little bit longer than usual, so I'm gonna leave it there, family. Get your sidereal readings, and there are fake sidereal sites. It's ridiculous, man. Like, even when you're trying to find the truth and like to get a more accurate natal reading for yourself, it is quite troublesome, because there's fake sidereal sites, and I would recommend those that wanna trustworthy site. I would say go to Mastering the Zodiac. That's where I went to get my chart. excuse me, I found it very like that the way that the chart is set up and all of that stuff, it resonates with me. It's very easy to read once you get to know how to read it. But yeah, just to kind of save you from all of the mishaps and all of this stuff, because there's a lot of confusion out there, family, honestly. And yeah, I appreciate you all. Lots of love. I'm gonna leave you all in peace, love, oneness, amen. Check out my citrine. Bang, bang, bang. So be it.